Right, hello. What we're looking at here is all the Colocasia that I pulled out my bog filters from the ponds. So these two big ones were out of a small pond, a little shabumpkin pond with a pre-filter on it, bog filter. So this is the sort of size leaves we're looking at. Obviously, we are in November the 6th, and we did have a very light frost midweek, so they're gonna start turning mushy. In fact, you can see that's what you're looking at when you get that slight frost. That sort of turns the leaf, kills it basically. So just to look at how thick these are, decent size horm on them. These ones I will just chop the top off and roots off, as I did in a previous video for the bigger ones. And these ones were all in my bog filter out the koi pond, so that's empty now. So you can see some of these were just tiny little plugs and tiny little pots, and I just stuck them into the gravel. Obviously the roots come out the bottom of the pots, and that's what you're looking at there. I think the ones that are in the pots I may well just cut the roots off at the bottom and let the pot dry out and store them in the pot as they are, and start them off again next year. See what happens. Never tried it before, but I've got so many of these, it doesn't matter if I lose a few. So yeah, these are obviously, when the plug plant went in, that was just one tuber, and a lot of these have obviously divided up. I think these smaller ones, bigger ones are Escalente. Get really big leaves on these. These smaller ones are ones I got from Mawson's a couple of years back when they're doing the Edos there in the vegetable department. And yeah, they've overwintered a couple of years as the little Edos, and even they're very small, they seem to overwinter okay. And like I say, they're not the giant leaf, but they are not bad looking Colocasia nonetheless. They're not huge like these ones, but yeah, so some of them if you can remember, I done a video, I think it was beginning of August, I put them in as tiny little plug plants, probably about that size. And yeah, so just in the sort of 2-month growing season, you can see what we've got. Some I just put in straight as a little rhizome, if you like, and you can see they started to offset as well. This one's done quite well, quite a thick base to that. Loads of new babies coming off that one. Yeah, so like I say, anything bare root I'll chop and just keep as the corm or tuber. And you see the main growing point is here, and it's actually sort of rotted a little bit at the bottom, so you got to scrape all that rotten stuff out and just keep the rock solid stuff. Obviously take off any mush like that around the edges. So yeah, some will be stored just in the tuber state like I've done in the previous video, and some I will just, the one in pots I'll leave in pots and just chop at the top and chop the roots off and dry the pots out, and we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, it's just a little look at finally getting round to clearing some of the stuff that's just going to start rotting now. Like I say, we did have a light frost, but was not really killed off any cannas yet, or bananas. They're all still okay. So I ain't gonna cut any of them back just yet. But I have got some, let's take a walk down the garden here. It's getting a bit soggy and waterlogged the lawn at this time of year. But I have got some in the ground here. These I think these are the Mawson's ones. You can see the growing point there. So with these ones, I am going to leave in the ground and just chop them back, put some leaves over them and get a little cloche over them just to stop the frost getting to them. We'll see if they come back next year. And the ones, still haven't finished this yet, but all the elephant ears in here. You've got the burgundy stem, and we've got some Escalente in here. They'll stay in there as is. I ain't gonna do anything with them because this will be covered over, and I'll just let them die back, and the dead leaves will sort of protect the growing points, and hopefully they'll come back next year. That's what I done last year and they came back no problem. But you can see just where the shelter is, where the frost hasn't hit the leaves, they're still good, but this leaf that is outside of the shelter just took the damage of the frost. So this one is obviously still pretty good, and once this is fully covered up, like I say, it's not going to be airtight. There will be airflow through it, but it'll be keep the worst of wind and rain off and wind chill. So hopefully it shouldn't they shouldn't rot out in there. And obviously I've got a lot of the palms in here as well, which will just help to keep them a bit drier and keep the wind chill off them as well. So that's the plan with them. So that's just a little update on the Colocasias coming out for winter storage. Just to get an idea of the size of these, I'm guessing a good 3.5 foot, 4 foot tall. Quite decent size. So yeah, not bad for a pretty poor growing season. Right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.